Monkey works hard. Monkey earns leaves. But when Monkey looks at his paycheck, some leaves are missing. So where do they go?
Okay, let's put some numbers on this. Monkey works all week. He's expecting 100 leaves, but the paycheck says 80. What happened to those other 20 leaves? That's the big mystery we're going to solve today. The answer to Monkey's missing leaves is one simple word: tax. So let's break down exactly what that means for Monkey and his hard-earned leaves. So what even is a tax? Well, tax is the leaves Monkey must give to the monkey government. It's not really a choice, it's just part of how the jungle works. Every monkey pays it one way or another. All right, so the government takes Monkey's leaves, but why? I mean, where do they actually go? Let's take a look at how this whole system really works. The monkey government uses these leaves to run the whole jungle. The leaves Monkey pays help build hospitals and schools for all the little monkeys. They pay the police and firefighters who keep Monkey safe. They build the roads, they run the buses. Monkey even sees they help fund space programs. And Monkey quickly sees that the government is pretty clever. Monkey doesn't just pay one kind of tax. Oh no, he pays lots of different kinds. There's income tax, which gets taken right from his paycheck. Then there's sales tax, the extra leaves Monkey pays when he buys bananas. And if Monkey owns a treehouse, yep, there's a property tax for that. The list just keeps on going. So here's the million-leaf question. How much tax does Monkey actually pay? This is where almost every monkey gets confused. So it's time to bust a huge myth about something called tax brackets. Let's say Monkey has a fantastic year. Monkey earns 100,000 leaves. The tax rules say he's in the 22% bracket. So Monkey pays 22,000 leaves in tax. Simple math, right? Wrong. This is the big mistake almost everyone makes. Here's how it actually works. Monkey finds out his leaves are taxed in chunks or brackets. On his first 10,000 leaves, Monkey pays 0 tax, nothing. Then, on the next chunk of 40,000 leaves, Monkey pays a 12% rate. It's only the leaves Monkey earns above all of that get taxed at the higher 22% rate. Monkey only pays that top rate on the top slice of his leaves. So when Monkey does the real math, what does he actually owe? 15,800 leaves. That's way less than 22,000. And honestly, understanding this one little thing is the key to knowing how taxes really work. Okay, so Monkey understands how much tax he owes. But now, he has to actually tell the government how many leaves he earned. This whole process is called filing a tax return. It really comes down to a few basic steps. First, Monkey has to count up all the leaves he earned for the whole year. Second, Monkey finds out how much tax his job already took out of his paychecks. And third, and this is a really important one, Monkey lists his deductions. So what in the world is a deduction? It's just a work-related expense. And the cool thing is, Monkey can subtract these expenses from his total earned leaves. And that means Monkey pays less tax. Think about things like a uniform Monkey needs for work, or special tools, that kind of thing. So Monkey knows what he's supposed to do. But what if Monkey decides not to? What if Monkey just keeps all his leaves for himself? Sounds pretty good, right? What could possibly go wrong? Well, it starts small, but it gets big fast. First, Monkey gets a warning letter. Then he gets charged interest, so now he owes even more leaves than he did before. If Monkey still doesn't pay, the government can just take his leaves by force. And finally, Monkey could go to prison. The consequences get really serious. Now, Monkey sees that not all monkeys seem to pay tax in the same way. Monkey learns that some of the really rich monkeys have found ways to pay a lot less than others. So, how do they do that? To understand this, Monkey learns about two main types of tax. There is income tax, for the leaves Monkey earns from his job. But then there's capital gains tax. This is the tax on leaves Monkey earns from selling an investment, like a stock or maybe a treehouse. And here's the really key difference. Monkey learns the capital gains tax rate is often about half the rate of income tax. And that's a huge reason why some monkeys pay less overall. And Monkey finds out that's not the only strategy. A rich monkey can get special tax breaks just for buying more investments, which can lower his tax bill even more. Rich Monkey also earns stock dividends, which, you guessed it, are also taxed at a much lower rate than his regular job income. And in some cases, a rich monkey can set up companies in other countries where Monkey learns the tax rate is literally 0. So by earning leaves in all these different ways, a rich monkey's total tax rate can end up being much, much lower than the rate Monkey pays. Okay, look, all of this can feel a bit complicated, maybe even a little scary. But it doesn't have to be. Let's wrap this all up with a few simple ways Monkey Eye can make this whole process way easier to handle. Monkey knows this can feel like a lot, so he just focuses on 3 simple things. First, Monkey makes a budget so he can see where all his leaves are actually going. Second, Monkey tracks all of his expenses that might be tax deductible. And third, if it just feels like too much, Monkey hires a professional. A tax accountant can help sort everything out. And just a quick final thought. This is not financial advice, so please do not sue Monkey. He just wants to enjoy his bananas in peace. In the end, there's a famous saying. It goes, there are only 2 guarantees in life, death and taxes. Monkey can't avoid them. But now, hopefully, Monkey understands one of them just a little bit better.